Hi, Libra. Oh my goodness, it's good to see you. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Chandler, and this is Intuitive Chandler, your April energy reading. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an intuitive empath, and I am also a Libra. And I have some good information for you and myself. Thank you to our guides. Thank you to God, Source, whoever you want to thank. They're really looking out for us. And I truly feel like we have the biggest break coming to us. We deserve it. Okay, we've been through so much and we try so hard. And a lot of us really are very self-critical, right? And we've kind of been very nitpicky in the past few years, especially revolving around our self-esteem and relationships, okay? Insecurities, doubt, imbalance, right? And we've had to kind of surf the waves, and they've been hard hitting. This, I believe, is a wave, and it's coming to us in March and April because energy is fluid, as you know, and it's going to make a change. But this time specifically, I sense a lot of us are really ready for it. We are so ready for this change because, we've experienced such stagnation in the past few months, if not years, that we're really ready. We're ready for this. Let me pull a couple truth bombs before I get started. What I see in your cards is that in the month of April, you're really going through some emotional things. And I know that to be true astrologically as well, because Mars, Saturn, and Mercury are kind of playing around with us. And our 7th and 4th houses, meaning relationships and emotional reactions to things. But we are also having a lot of cardinal activation in our chart because it's within a lot of cardinal realms, right? Of our emotional reactions to things. So things that affect us on a foundational level, in aspects of our life that are meaningful and important. Okay, so a few of these obstacles could be intense for a lot of us, but I feel as though we are ready, okay, and we're sensing this through our intuition. We're sensing that a change is upon us, and I think what the angels are telling us to do with these cards that are coming out is we got to learn to ride these waves, okay, because these changes are coming whether we like it or not. And I think the lesson at hand is that when we actually move through this change, when we move through these obstacles, we're going to realize that the resistance that we actually hold on to so much of the time doesn't suit us as much as if we just embraced the change. We might even have a little bit of a hand in it to make it more of our own when it happens. But it's the resistance that we'll always struggle with. We'll always say, not now. Because that's just a very Libra thing, and I struggle with that too, but I'm learning that the energy gives us, the universe, and through the energy, it gives us opportunities. And I feel that an opportunity is going to be presented between the last part of March and April, within our relationships, within how we hold ourselves in community, and within our partnerships, maybe it's even our work environment. This isn't going to play favorites. It's going to affect everyone that's in your life, but especially the most important people. So if you're closest with your boyfriend or girlfriend, your wife, your husband, or if you're surrounded by people you see every day at work that have an effect on you, you may be dealing with some communication barriers with these people. If you have plans, any legal matters, any negotiations, that's going to be a real highlight, I feel like, in April, specifically because of a lot of the astrological happenings, but because of what we're trying to do. We're really trying to negotiate. We're trying to find fairness. We're trying to find balance in a way that better suits us, because in the past, we may have been a little bit more lenient. We may have just, let things go or picked our battles so much that we ended up not in the best place. So it's up to us to be so emotionally connected and trusting in the universe that we finally realize this is a blessing. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity, as scary as it may be. I can have some say in what goes on in my world, in my realm. What affects me emotionally has to first get my consent to do so. I am in charge of even my emotions, even the people that affect me. I choose whether or not to allow them into my space. And it's kind of this empowerment, but it may come from some conflict that arises in order to motivate us, right? It's this motivation that's getting us. It's getting our attention. So listen, okay, and spend time with your family. These are cards that come up oftentimes when change is happening and we need a little bit more support. I feel like when listen comes up, it's saying we hear that you've been asking for a lot. You've been asking for guidance. You've been asking for inspiration, motivation. You may have really been seeking answers. And finally, it's time for you to just listen. It's maybe time to take some quiet time, okay? And just focus on what you have. A lot of the time when I listen, when I actually try to listen to the signs, when I try to listen to the energies, it's through doing something that I can do without thinking too much about it. A lot of the time I'll just sit and draw. I'll sit and draw, or I'll color in my coloring book. And that's my way of kind of just tuning in to where my heart feels aligned, my brain feels aligned. We're doing something creative. We're focusing and not thinking. Okay, that's when I listen. So find something you can do this month, in April specifically, that quiets all the chatter. There's going to be a lot of error in communication. And the best thing you can do is maybe take a step back, okay? Maybe be the listener. Be the observer in those moments, because those moments could be more telling than what is said in words. Okay, that's really what is the listen card is saying. Quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of our desires' manifestations. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly with our request to you. Listen. And the family card is interesting because I feel like your angels are simply saying that you might feel the need to be surrounded by loved ones that don't carry conflict or drama, very lighthearted situations that make you feel supported during this time. A little empowerment goes a long way. So this doesn't just have to do with family, blood relatives. Absolutely, spending time with them is going to be beneficial to your heart and to your mind. But this can also just be your community, people that you feel support you and give you the energy that you need to change and allow this growth to take place with love and with compassion and supporting you on your journey. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. Again, something really resonated with me about having an emotional experience with a family member. Some of you may have had some conflict with family. And although I wouldn't say that this month is the best month for communication, if you are not speaking with them, there can be a resolution, because all of this cardinal energy is affecting these deeply rooted emotional places within us that in contrast create this change, right? Because everything that happens on an emotional level eventually affects our reality, eventually affects our daily lives. So it's really important to take a strong look at where you are emotionally. If it does involve a family member, which I'm sensing There might be a few of you involved with a male, okay? It could be an earth sign, which is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But I do sense that a lot of changes are happening within the emotional realm of your partnership with this person. So there can be a vortex or an opportunity for healing if you choose to do so. But know that whatever happens during this time is you planting a seed for the future. It's going to progress, okay? There's a huge emphasis on the progression of the changes being made, that it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be something that just is squashed and done with. You're going to have to move forward in the same way that you present whatever it is to this person at this time or to these people at this time. You're presenting yourself in a different way than you have before. And it might take them a few times to see you in that way, because really what you're doing is holding yourself differently. You're a different person now. You're realizing how different you are, and you're maybe even reflecting on the past and how it's benefited you, how it's suited you, how maybe some of the lessons needed to be overcome in order for you to really be who you are. And it's this embracive type of feeling that I'm getting. You're just allowing yourself to be more you in front of people, and you're kind of waiting for their reactions in a part of this month. Some people may take longer to adjust to the changes that they see in you. Some people may even fight it. You may even see resistance in our relationships. Sometimes things change and people fall away, and that's okay. But just continue to be true to you, because I do sense, and your cards are saying, that there is some kind of emotional breakthrough, and it is transformative. These are very purple colors, and this is my favorite oracle deck. It's Spirit Oracle, and what this is telling me is so specific, if not just completely blatant in the cards. There is so much going on emotionally within you that you are diving really deeply into this month. That is so utterly transformative. It's alchemy. We are the alchemists. We achieve balance. We achieve a loving relationship, more open, honest, maybe even a deeper spiritual connection, because some of the blockages we've been holding on to are being removed, literally. That we can sustain and achieve so much more meaning in our relationships now. We have been a little numb, we've been a little stagnant, we've been a little cold. And I feel as though this alchemy is lighting a fire within us. And we will never be the same. I truly feel that. This month is transformative. We will never be the same. And although every single day might seem the same for a while, that's just that hiccup, the energetic hiccup, until finally we begin to notice, wow, I have literally altered my reality because of what I've done within myself, because of how I've chosen to hold myself differently, because of these situations. I've seen them clearly. I'm more focused on my personal and spiritual growth than ever. And the people that I'm meant to be aligned with gradually simply align with me. I don't even have to try. It's this effortlessness that comes with the emotional breakthrough card. That means you just find a sweet spot and you decide to stay there. Okay, and I'm really excited about this because this means good things for me too. I am a Libra, and I'm the truest Libra out there. I resonate so much with my Libra sign that this is giving me a lot of energy, even seeing these cards, because I've just been sensing it. The alchemy card says your inner light shines when you're at peace with yourself and the world around you. Let go of the struggle and feel the beauty inside you. Allow all to just be, and just be you. Everything I've been saying, it's just validating it. Emotional transformation, release freedom. It is safe for you to express how you feel. Let it all out. Relationships deepen as a result. Okay, I'm sorry I'm getting so excited, but I just feel this. I feel like it's okay. It's all okay. Whatever shit we've been through, own it. It's fine. It's going to be okay. Whatever change you're experiencing, whatever hurdles the universe is throwing at you, this is a blessing in disguise. Okay, if it hurts. But I feel for the most part, we're recognizing this. We're intuiting it before it even happens, and we're prepared. And we're moving with the flow. We're going with it this time. Okay, so the Three of Air comes up in reverse to begin with. Okay, so this is the first part of the month, and this is showing me that you might be considering taking a course, a class, learning on a new topic, expanding your horizons through knowledge, right? But since this is in reverse, I feel as though we are realizing that the true freedom that comes with this change is going to make us feel liberated. But a part of that kind of scares us. We might have even a lot of self-doubt that says, oh, I couldn't go back to school. I don't have the money. I don't have time. I doubt myself. I could never do that. This is not who I've been. The past me would never do this. But then because of all of this emotional breakthrough going on within our blockages, we're realizing that itself is a blockage. That itself is something we need to get rid of, that mentality. Okay, because this has everything to do with our mental state. This is a very airy card, meaning thoughts, intellect, reason. And it's an endeavor that we really want to go forward. Okay, we want to go toward this endeavor. We want to expand our horizons, but how is the key? How will present itself through the conflicting feelings we have. So pay special attention to those. This is clarified further with the Strength card in reverse. So this Strength card actually just resonates so much with me because I'm a Leo in my moon sign. So anyone who has a fire sign in their chart is going to be more affected with this. Your Strength card comes up in reverse because it's symbolizing that these thoughts are actually weakening you. Just as much as a positive thought empowers you, a negative thought actually weakens you. So we need to be very aware of our thoughts at this time and how we are affecting ourselves, how we have a hand in our destiny. And much of that is the thoughts we carry of ourselves. Much of it are the thoughts we carry of ourselves because that directly translates into the opportunities we provide ourselves, into the opportunities that present themselves that we either take or we don't. And you're going to have a choice in the month of April, maybe even the end of March. Okay, this energy will be fluid, and even though there's a period of stagnation, you're going to really want to implement some changes. So the Strength card also in reverse can refer to you being overly aggressive. So make sure you keep that in check, okay? Don't be too impatient. Don't be overly aggressive. Don't be, don't will your power away, okay? You gotta stand in your choices, okay? Don't just make circles in your head because we're notorious for doing that, just circling around thought after thought after thought after thought and not really dissecting it. So there's a real need to notice, be the observer of your thoughts and make a decision, okay? No more of, do I do this, do I do that, do I do this, do I do that, do I do this, do I do that. Just decide, okay? Reason, use your intellect, use your past, okay? Your past has benefited you. You might have to interject some lessons that you've learned within this emotional realm. But I feel as though you will make progress. But going through these emotions is exactly what we're going to do because I see the 10 of water coming up. And what this tells me is that there's gotta be some change. Because you're either, there's either change needing to be made or you realize that you're coming to the end of a cycle and you're sensing the change that is happening. And this card is not necessarily the brightest of cards in this deck. It doesn't necessarily mean negative either, but it's showing us that we have a real perspective here on our emotional stability, and it doesn't feel very fair. It doesn't feel like it's benefiting us, and we may even be playing up the victim card in a lot of situations in our lives, whether it's past or present, we're really taking it hard when we might not even be dealing with it in a way that is very responsible or respectful or confident. We're really taking the meek word to like an extent. Okay, so when we sense this going on in April, take a step back. Okay, it's okay to be in your feelings, but being overwhelmed by them and just kind of sitting with yourself in sorrow is never very good for very long. So notice when you're playing the victim. The Five of Coins further clarifies this with exactly the same message. It's saying that there is sunshine and wealth and beauty just beyond this window, but the pair of people sit on the ground in the cold, it's snowing, and they're miserable, they're hungry, they're fatigued, they don't even see the paradise, the oasis that awaits them out just outside the window. The sun is shining on them though, and that means there's an opportunity here. In the sorrow, in the pain, in the misery that we felt, it doesn't have to last. But ultimately, we have the power. We have the power to change our circumstances. This is an opportunity. So those of you who listen and hear, okay, listen, because the universe is giving you an out. Okay, whatever we've created that makes us so unhappy and just sad, takes our power away, takes our uniqueness and creativity and puts us in just in a drained way, in a drained place energetically. We can begin to realize that. We can begin to stop it. We can see the opportunity that is there for us for change, for implementing something new, for implementing something that is going to better benefit us in the future. The King of Earth comes up next, which I believe, because this deck is just so persuasive in its art, I do believe that this is someone, some of you may be in a relationship with an earth sign, which is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. They may be coming into your life and presenting you with an opportunity. They may be presenting with you with a different way of being. Okay, they come to you in a very soft and nurturing way, but in a way that really makes sense to you. It really resonates with you because you know on some level they're coming to you with the truest of intentions. They really want you to have this growth. They really want you to see a new day, a brighter side to things. They want you to feel supported. They want you to feel loved. And it may take you seeing eye to eye with this person. This person is, I think, benefiting you. But if this is a card and not a person, right? If this is not someone directly associated with you, then this is the energy of transformation in a way that is completely in your power. The King of Earth comes up when he has become the ruler of his own empire, and his empire is alive, it's thriving, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's nurturing, there's crops to harvest, and there's abundance everywhere. This is a sign that whatever you are creating, you can thank yourself, because regardless of whether it's in a relationship or whether it's regarding home and finances, anything like that, this is due to you. This is due to your power. This is due to your decisions, your insights, your awareness. The Magician comes up in reverse. So underneath the King of Earth, I feel that as though this is saying you have everything that you need at your disposal. But even as this opportunity or this new beginning starts to manifest, literally, and you might even see how this can be so good for you, you're really resistant. There's some resistance that needs to be worked through. You have all the pieces. You have all the knowledge. The universe is giving everything to you. Why don't you see it? I'm going to further clarify this Magician for you, because I want to know, Because, you know, I'm a Libra, and I know we have a lot of resistance, and, you know, I know that there's a lot of really helpful people out there, but I just don't know why we wouldn't want to automatically take what they had to give us. Wow, that came flying out. And it's temperance. Oh, that is so telling. Oh, so telling. So the Magician and Temperance both come out in reverse, meaning that you are so conflicted and you may be so in your mind at one point that you're really not allowing yourself the space to even receive what kind of abundance is coming your way. It's like through your actions, your intentions are so miscued that you don't even see the blessing that's upon you, potentially at one point. You need some quiet time. You need some rest. You need some contemplation time. You need to meditate. You need to really create that feeling of assurance, contentment, okay? If nothing else, if you can't achieve happiness, try to achieve contentment, okay? Content is okay. If you're content, that means you have everything you need. That means you're grateful for what you have. And everything is okay in your world. If you are so busy and overwhelmed that, you know, this person is either trying to really help you and mend things, and maybe there's an opportunity for real growth, transformation, abundance, happiness, well-being, but you're still like fighting yourself, if you're still like having doubts and feeling like you're not prepared and you're lacking and you're not ready and all of these really self-affirming doubts, you can best overcome that by getting outside your head. You're too much in your head. You need to be more in your body, in your heart, in your feels. Because if you truly focus on what you know, you'll see. You will see through your heart that this is going to be a good thing. That the universe would never send you anything that wasn't going to be good for you. And you can trust this person, you can trust this situation to develop in a way that is perfect for you. The next card that comes up is Intuition in reverse. Now this card I love because it is just so powerful. It's showing the macro micro, yin and yang, but mostly the macro and micro of things, the manifested and the ethereal. It's that showing that we have a direct connection and we have access to divine knowledge when we need it, if we simply tune in. This is in reverse, so it's saying that you're not in a space because maybe things are so cluttered and so chaotic that you can even tap into that. You might feel a little powerless, during this time. You might really doubt yourself because your thoughts have, carried you away with them. You need to ground yourself, first of all. Okay, grounding is going to connect you to the earth. It's going to create abundance. It's going to allow you the space to heal. It's going to create security, assurity, and safety for your emotions to then be able to express what they need to express, to tell you what they need to tell you. They're trying to show you something, and it seems as though you're kind of turning your cheek because it might be hard for you to recognize. Same with me, okay? I have to take this into consideration, and I know I have these habits, so just be really honest with yourself. Honest with yourself. Say, to yourself, it's okay if things aren't going my way today. Because I know I'm trying my hardest, and you might be a little overly self-critical during this time. So just know I'm trying my hardest, and that's good enough. That's integrity. That's really what integrity is knowing that your best is good enough. 7 of Coins comes up to further clarify intuition, okay? And that's just exactly where I was getting that information from. If you can't tap into your intuition, if you feel as though you're having a ton of doubts and you just can't see the direction or that it's just not very clear at one point, rely on time, okay? Time is going to be on your side. This man is reaping his harvest because he's planted seeds, and there's been hard days. There's not many jobs are as hard or, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, shoot, it just slipped my mind. I had such a good word for this card. Anyways, it's something that's grueling, right? Farming and planting your seeds, because if you don't get that crop, then you don't know what will happen to you and your family, right? It's something that entails a lot of diligence in the process. And that's why your guides are coming through with this intuition card saying that if you're disconnected, or if you don't feel like the information is just flowing and you're having such an awesome time, it's okay. Because in reality, in behind the scenes, things are working out for you. You are planting seeds that will ultimately change you, your reality, your world, without you needing to know every step, without you needing to, be right or be ahead of the curve, or, having this foresight that comes with intuition that benefits us, right? It's nice when we have it, but sometimes it's meant to be that we are a little conflicted, that we have to go into our emotions, that we realize we can't just, think our way through a situation. We have to dive a little bit deeper to see where exactly our seeds are being planted, if our energy is going in the right direction for us. Are we spreading our energy out in too many ways to do too many different people in too many different directions? Are we not receiving as much? Are we not on the receiving end of energy with the relationships we hold, right? That can be very on your mind, and it can be very conflicting at one point. So if you feel overwhelmed by those thoughts, know that it's in your power. You are the farmer. You can harvest beautiful crops if you pay attention, if you can be the observer and start planting the seeds now that you wish to see in the future. Something tells me that because your intuition is off, you might be slightly surprised at what I say next. Your intuition will, you'll be doubting yourself. You'll be not knowing which direction to go in, okay? And this is meant to be because I feel with the activations being taken place in April, with our 7th and 4th house, in our cardinal signs, with Mercury, Mars, and Saturn, there's going to be some surprises, right? Those things that jolt us, right? Just like, what? Whoa, I did not see that coming. Whoops, had no idea. And that's okay. When that happens, don't focus so much on, what we weren't able to see, right? Or we didn't know what was coming. Go with it. And the 3 of fire comes up to show us what we need to do. So when these surprises arise, when we get something, that we couldn't see coming, when our intuition was a little off, when we were a little distracted by things, this is showing us that we are on the move. Okay, transformation is happening. Transformation is happening. So this guy is only taking what he needs. He's on a quest, right? I want to say journey, but it's not even so much about the journey. He just wants to know what's on the other side of those mountains. And it's in a powerful way. It's saying, I don't need reason. I don't need to justify anything. I feel this way, and this is what I'm going to do. I feel this way. I feel this is what I need. I need this for my soul. It doesn't matter if I don't know what the next day is going to bring me. I'm going to make this change because I know on the deepest level of my being that this change has to happen for my most highest path to occur. For me to be in alignment with what's going to benefit me most. And this can be very long term because we have all of these cardinal situations going on. I feel like this is going to be very long term. This is going to be an altered direction for us, okay, ultimately. The world comes in further to clarify this 3 of fire, and it is in reverse. So what this tells me is this is a fated situation. Okay, whatever surprise comes up, whatever circumstances arise within the month of April, this is fated. Okay, this is something that is kind of like the wheel of karma, right? We can't quite see the big picture, but we just have an internal sense that, wow, this is happening because I know this has to happen. And there doesn't even need to be another reason. And if you can go with the flow, this will benefit you. But, you know, it might feel kind of like a disaster. It might kind of feel like hard hitting. It kind of may feel like unfair. But ultimately, this is a blessing in disguise. And this is what the world is coming up to tell you, is that even though, you know, you might have some resistance to what change you're making, you might not know where it's going to lead. It may be kind of empty or open-ended, right? But ultimately, you have to trust. You have to trust the process. I'm going to pull one more card for you. And I do have the Eight of Wands that came out very last, which is kind of asking you to, it came up in reverse. So what I feel is that, okay, so that actually really makes sense, especially if, okay, so we have a lot of wands, which is physical transformation, okay, process of creation, the process of really manifesting what you want, your desires, your reality. And the Eight of Wands I wasn't really sure of because it is in reverse and it's saying, look, okay, we have a ton of energy going out in the wrong places. We have a ton of connections with people who are literally like sucking the life out of us. We're draining ourselves unknowingly. We have to really regroup with this transformation. We have to really hone in on who benefits us, where this balance takes place in our relationship. There might be a lot of negotiations. There might be a lot of communication that goes on. A lot of conflict potentially, but these are all obstacles set in place to motivate you to create the change that you needed. And it's beautiful because we're going to succeed, but it's going to take our awareness. It's going to take our observation and our diligence to actually create and implement this change. But when we do, we're gonna find ourselves in a better spot. What this is clarifying with the Ten of Wands is a ending of a cycle. First of all, okay, we've come through this cycle. We're carrying a lot of responsibility. We're carrying a lot of criticism. We're being very judgmental, very harsh on ourselves. We're really like trying to just tooth and nail finish this cycle because we feel in our bones we want this so bad. But what this is saying is eventually we know this is going to exhaust us. We know that whatever relationships we're dealing with this month, it's got to somehow balance out. We've got to really reel in where we're putting our energy out, where we're exhausting ourselves over, where there's this kind of like imbalance, you know, within the love and compassion that we're sending out to people. If you're taking on too much responsibility at work, that needs to be squashed. Okay, and this is your opportunity because even though it's not necessarily the best month for communication, there might be some turbulence with communication. You might have to further clarify things. You know, things might have to take a moment more to really move forward. But ultimately, this is all about you standing in your power. And I feel like that can have something to do with communicating and speaking your truth. Speaking out about the things that you need changed because ultimately you love yourself. And you want things to be better for yourself. You want better circumstances. You want more out of life. You want more out of your partnerships. You want more out of your work environment. You want more understanding and even keel kind of energy going on. And there's, although some turbulence, although some changes going on within your emotional realm, the things that are coming in this month are clarifying it so clear for you. You will undoubtedly know the direction to head in once the month is coming to an end. Okay, these are real motivators here, and I'm excited for you and me because there's a lot of change. You're going to be a transformed person, but your work is entailed. Okay, this doesn't come easy. Okay, nothing worthwhile just will come easy. It can come naturally though. okay? You can allow this to happen by being aware, but by being also aware and diligent with your energy. Diligence, awareness, being the observer, not being afraid to move forward, listening, hearing the cues, hearing the opportunities, seeing how people are reflecting your energy back to you. If they're coming at you in a mean, bad, negative, draining, sad, insecure, whatever way, then you need to accept that truth. You need to accept that you've allowed this to go on and you know, make it so that it better suits you. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I really feel it. I really feel it. We're going to squash this because the 10 of Wands is upright and it's saying we're going to be keenly aware of our energy this month. We're going to be keenly aware of the kind of things we're trying to accomplish and put together and piece together and extend out to and expand with. And we need to prioritize, that's all. Prioritize. That's your month in April. Prioritize your desires. Prioritize the people in your life. Prioritize your aspirations. Prioritize your needs. Okay, really putting yourself first. I think it's beautiful. I hope you have a great month in April. I'm going to end that here. If you want a more specific reading, if you have more questions about your relations or your emotions this month, it's a great month to do some deep diving. Go to chandlerchristine.com and I will see you on the other side. Okay, bye.